This is a little child's car that we're gonna refurbish and repaint for our little grandson. So this is what it looks like as we're getting ready to start on it. It's been repainted once before. We're gonna sand that down and then we're gonna give it a new paint job, and we'll see how it turns out. Here's a spot on the car and where the old paint is peeling off, and what we want to do in those areas is try to smooth that down, blend it in, polish so it's smooth with the rest of the car. So I'm going to take my little sander here and see what we can do with that. What's happening here is this is starting to blend in. When you run your finger across that, there's no longer an edge that you can feel, and that's what you want to do, is get that nice and smooth and make sure that there's no more loose paint on there. Just sand it till the paint stays on and it blends in like this area right here. So we'll do that on the car wherever it needs it. Okay, here's a little cap. This is a new one that I bought at the local hardware store. It's a 5/16. In this case, they come in different colors for different sizes at the hardware store where I bought it at, and you can see those 4 slots in there. So this is identical in appearance to the size I got. Now here's the actual metal ring that I took off one of the other wheels, and you can see where I drilled out. Now I'm going to do that on this wheel. So here I'm drilling out that hole. Now I'm trying not to get into the plastic with it, and I'm just going a little bit at a time. There, it's just about through. You can hear it creaking a little. There we go. Okay, I got my pliers into the holes, the 2 holes I drilled, and I'm turning it a little bit, and then I'm also going to take this paint can opener, and I'm going to pry on that, and I'm going to turn on it. Sometimes there's a little bit of a trick to it to get it on there. Reposition my screwdriver can opener a little bit more, and I got another pliers. I'm going to try a little different pliers. It's a little bit bigger needle nose with a bent angle on it, a little easier to get in there. And just turn this thing and pry on it as I turn it. And it's starting to come. It's up a little bit. By drilling those out, you get the take some of the tension off that, and then you can work it up, and there it comes. There it is, and there you can see the how I drilled the 2 holes out. Now this really can't be reused, so again you're going to have to use a new one. But then now the wheel comes off, and that little back space washer, and you can see how recessed that is there. Yeah, that's a good 3/8 of an inch, which makes this a little harder. And in this case, I was careful enough not to drill into the plastic and damage that anyway. But yeah, if you just be careful with it, it's a little bit of a trick, but it's not that hard. So that's one way to get that off. So anyhow, on with the project. Got it ready to go. I've rubbed it down with some rubbing alcohol to make sure there's no oil from fingers or anything on there. Got it hanging from a light chain I strung between my garage door rails, and then I just got it hanging in the little steering wheel hole by an S-hook off of a tarp strap, which you can get anywhere pretty much. But it's ready to go. It's easy to turn around on here. Going to do a little bit of masking on those axles there. I don't want paint on where the wheels run, but it's ready to go. So we'll get ready for the paint and do that here in a bit. Got the car body painted with 2 coats. Got the wheels touched up with black paint, and then the 2 silver items there are going to be little side exhaust pipes that I'm going to put down on there. So we'll get that put together tomorrow. We're going to work on the little more paint on the body. Going to put some stripes on there, so we'll do that. And my wife is working on the upholstery. We'll take a look at that. Okay, we got the car painted, and we put the wheels back on, the silver painted centers, and we put the little exhaust pipe pieces on. Those are made out of 3/4 inch PVC plastic electrical conduit. They're about a foot long, and they're held on there with 2 little screws that go through the body, and you can see right down. We can't see too good on there, but anyhow, they go through on the inside of the body, and then some little nuts on there, and Loctite them. Reshot the wheels to give them a nice fresh coat, and now we're putting on the masking tape. We're going to put a white stripe on this, so this will look kind of like the Cobra sports cars that you often will see, with this dark blue and a white stripe on them. So this, we're just going to put a single stripe on. Some of the Cobras have a double stripe with a narrow gap in between the stripes, but this one we're not. We've got a little cover we're going to put on here when we're done. That's made out of PVC plastic. You could probably use just about anything, but PVC can be painted and glued, and this was a scrap piece I had laying around, so I cut it out. And what I'm going to do is, when we're done painting here, putting the stripe, I'll just put 2 little screws in there to hold that in place there. So now we're getting that ready to paint. My wife has got the seating done in the upholstery, and she's put some Velcro strips in. The top strip's covered up with the paint for now, and then there's also one down here at the bottom right here that will hold the bottom of the seat in, and then at the top here 2 strips that'll hold the seat in place, and that turned out real nice. And so we're going to get this thing ready to get that white stripe on there, and then we'll pick up from there. Okay, we got the car all masked off. We're going to put the stripe on the front and the back, and I got it so spaced. Takes a little bit of measuring to make sure that looks right. You also have to eyeball it a little bit to try to get it right, so it looks right. So since you're working with a curved surface, that can be a little bit of trick to that, and it took a little bit of time of measuring and laying out to get it so it looked, we hopefully will have it look good when we're done. So we're going to start painting now. And here's the finished product. We got everything back together, and we got the little padded seat in, and we got the name of the grandchild on there. Those are some raised letters that stick on that you can buy in the craft store and stuff. And then we got the horn to work. The horn didn't work, and the way we fixed that was we bought a little squeaky toy for a little pet and took the squeaker out of it and put it into the little bellows in here after we took the steering wheel apart, so that works. And then this is the back view here a little bit, and let me get, oh, that's how it turned out. Looks like a little Cobra sports car. If you look at the Shelby Cobra Roadsters, they followed this paint scheme on a lot of the cars. Those were racing colors back in the 60s. Hope you enjoyed this. If you got a little grandchild or little child of your own that, you know, look around, you might be able to find one of these. Do it up however you want it. Yeah, be sure to check out my channel, Dave LMM, and look at some of the other stuff. I got a picture of a Cobra replica, a real car on there that is painted in these colors, so you can take a look at that. Thank you.